friends.
Welcome to Spiced Chaos, the podcast where we talk to you about planners and lots of other random stuff.
Yay!
Yay!
Well, I am Caitlin, and I am from Creating in Chaos, if you know me across the interwebs. And
Yes, she is. And I am Leanne from SpicedPlans.
we have an amazing guest today. This is my bae, Renee. Renee B.
Hi,
Creates.
guys.
Hi, Renee. We are so happy to have you. And your Instagram name is not hard to remember because your name is Renee. And you can be found at Renee B. Creates.
Correct.
Welcome to Spiced Chaos. And thank you so much for co-hosting today.
Well, thank you guys so much for
So
having
happy to
me.
have you. Yeah.
No, we are so honored that you even feel like spending a little bit of time chatting with us today. And I just want to let our listeners out there know that my husband just pulled in the driveway.
Yes.
All right, we found him.
We thought he went out for a, quote, gallon of milk or a pack of cigarettes or something and wasn't out.
So, as many of you may know, I sit right by the window while I'm podcasting, hence the squirrel that I pointed out the last time you guys were listening to this. And as we were chatting before we started recording, my husband drove away and I didn't know where he was going. He didn't let me know that he was leaving or anything. And my children are still home. So I was just like, where did he go? So he just pulled back in. So he is home, everyone.
Yay.
He did not leave me. So
I want to know where he went, though.
Right?
Well,
yeah, where did he go?
Well, there's basically a grocery store in our neighborhood, so he probably went to pick up something from the grocery store just super quick. Yeah, and he doesn't have to tell me every time he leaves, but normally if the kids are home, we like to, keep each other kind of up to date on our comings and goings, but,
Yeah, makes sense.
yes, but he is back, so everyone can breathe easy, or at least I can.
Right. And somebody knocking at my door right now. I think it's Mr. Amazon or something, but it sounds like they're trying to get in. Oh.
Wait a minute. I know what that is.
What is it?
It is your new planner.
Oh, either that or my pumpkin spice flavoring for my coffee.
Oh, so you've ordered lots of things.
Yeah, I'm
What's
on
better?
for you right now. I know which one is better.
Which one is better?
Both good. They're both favorites.
They're both good, yeah. So, Renee, how has your week been? Have you had a good week? Since the last time you listened to Spiced Chaos?
Well, I finished listening to Spiced Chaos this morning.
Oh,
nice. You're all caught up. Check.
That
started my day off really great. Otherwise, yesterday was uneventful. Today was a little bit rough around the edges, but we survived.
Good.
Work was a bit emotional today, but I've got a colleague leaving, so that was a bit sad, but we still have a couple of weeks with her.
Okay, well, that's good. Well, I mean, it's not good that it's, that she's leaving and that's emotional, but the couple of weeks left, that's...
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It is, but otherwise it was good.
Okay, and did you have a good weekend?
My weekend was crazy busy. Crazy busy. I don't even remember the last time I spent so little time on Instagram or even just planning in general. Just being out of the house and cleaning and doing all the freaking adult things that I hate doing. It was brutal.
Yeah, I know. I hate that stuff. And I kind of unplugged this weekend. I felt bad because people were trying to get in touch with me. Caitlin.
I know. I was blowing her up, you guys.
And
I was like, are you mad at me? Why are you not texting me? I was like a bad girlfriend.
No, it was just because I just kind of set my phone off to the side and was just like, I'm just not going to touch this thing.
I know. I'm a stage 5 singer. I get it.
Well, I don't know why. It's just like I'm such an introvert that I sometimes need to just like completely recharge myself.
That makes sense. I get it.
Yeah, which just means that I have to just shut down from everybody. I have to just kind of decide from one day to the next, like who it's going to be. And I'm not trying to say, Caitlin, that it was like this weekend. It was Caitlin. No, this weekend, it was like Instagram folks in general. It was just like, And it's really hard, especially when Hello Happy comes out on a Friday, because there's a lot of DMing that happens when when it comes out. And I'm just like, oh, it's like after I spend all Friday like trying to respond to everybody, and I want for people to DM. Like, I'm not complaining. Like, I want for people to DM, and I want for people to say, hey, we're listening, and I want to share that stuff, and it's great. But it's like by Saturday morning, I was just like, if I have to touch this phone again, then I'm just going to be so upset about it. So,
do you really get that many? Just like right from after each episode?
Well, yeah, it's just it feels like a lot. It's more on a Friday when a new episode comes out than like a regular day. Does that make sense? And I couldn't give you like a number. It's just people respond. People DM and have responses to what we've talked about. And they're cute, it's like, it's cute, it's sweet. It's just somebody heard something that we said, and then they send us a DM just to respond as if they're having a conversation with us. And, that's kind of the way we want for it to feel, is just that, we're all friends and that we're all having a conversation. I know, Caitlin, that's kind of the way we want for Spice Chaos to feel. So,
100%.
Yeah. So anybody
that's sweet. Thank you.
Well, good. I'm so glad.
When I listened to the first episode, I was in my car driving, whether it was to or from work, and I remember like speaking out loud, and there was not a soul with me to hear me, but I was like chiming in on everything that you guys were talking about, because I just wanted to be part of the conversation. I had so much to say.
Well,
I wanted to like take notes.
Yeah, and that's the way people, people are. There are some planner girls that actually will send DMs while they're listening to the episode, and I can tell that they're DMing like as they're listening, because they will, like they'll send a DM like that I can tell is coming in like in the beginning of the episode, and then they'll DM again when they get to the middle. And
exactly, it's so sweet.
And it's super sweet, and I love it. But it's just like, by Saturday, I'm just kind of like, okay, I need to be with my family. I need to talk to my children. I need to talk to my mother.
Oh my God.
I kind of needed, so it was just, and, I am so happy for Caitlin right now, because she has found this planner piece that is just so beautiful.
Oh, man.
And I know. And,
excited.
It's not that I don't want to like talk about it. It's just, I just was kind of like, and you know what really sucks is that I got a new phone. So you would think that I would want to have my phone in my hand at all times on the, over the weekend. But I really, it was just, I just kind of unplugged and watched TV and hung out with my kids. So anyway,
that is the best.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Caitlin.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't have to be sorry. I'm sorry for hanging out with my kids. Dang you, Leanne.
Yeah.
I hate that you were like,
your children.
I hate that you were like, is she mad at me? Like, no, I'm,
no.
or am I bothering her? Or no, like no one is ever bothering me ever. Like anyone who ever contacts me is never bothering me.
That's my own issue.
Did you have a good week, Caitlin? How was your week?
I did. Well, we're only on Tuesday right now, so it feels a little long at the moment. There's just a lot going on, and we are at school. We're kind of between two systems, but I'll talk more about that in Tales from Teaching. But we're between two systems, and it's just kind of like a lot right now. It's going to be really good, but there's a lot going on, so it feels really long. I'm not sleeping a lot. I'm trying to post a video on my channel like every day. So the only time I can edit videos is when my kids are asleep. So yeah, I'm busy. That's the gist.
Yeah.
Yeah, I go to bed around 12 and I get up around 5:30.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Hashtag influencer life.
Yeah. Do you have
I need
a
8
nap?
hours of sleep.
Do you ever
No,
get
I
a
don't
nap?
take naps. I cannot nap.
Oh no.
Me neither.
Yeah. And most of the time, okay, this makes me sound really bad. Like I really need to self-care. But I will sometimes like forget to eat lunch. Like there's just so much going on. And I guess that's one of the negatives about working from home is that you can just get so wrapped up into it that you just like, oh yeah, it's like 3:00 and I haven't eaten today.
Yeah, that happens to me sometimes too. But it's just because I don't want to eat in front of my students, and we don't like. I teach until last lunch, like the
Right.
last lunch of the day, and I have gotten to where I will eat in front of my kids. Teaching the film class is a little bit
Right.
different, but it's just I can't really relax and enjoy what I'm eating if I'm eating in front of them. So there are days when I get to lunchtime and then like today, I left early today and didn't eat my lunch. And when I got home, I was like, I will eat this whole house. Like, it's dangerous. It is really dangerous to go that long without
Exactly.
eating because you blow up your meal plan that
Yeah,
way.
exactly. I totally do. That's why I only meal plan for dinner. I'm like, well, I'm probably gonna fail at the other parts, so coffee and dinner it is.
And I don't know if you guys are like me, but like I will go for, like a cookie, or I'm not going to jump into the good healthy stuff. I'm going to
Right.
dive into the junk if I'm
Well,
that
yeah,
hungry.
because it's the easiest stuff to grab. I mean, like,
Exactly.
I'm not going to grab like grilled chicken.
Exactly.
I might, because I'm at home. I'll just have that stuff in the fridge, like
Well,
dinner
yeah,
leftover.
I know. Like that day that you guys are making salad for 2 hours.
Yeah, well, my husband eats mostly raw, and he's like a semi-vegan, so we make a lot of
Okay, well that's cool. I'm kind of starting to get into salad, but when I say salad, I mean like a bag of the Caesar salad kit.
Yeah.
We're good. We do those too, like on a long day. But we have a stand mixer and we have the food processor attachment. So I'll just get like a head of cabbage and like dunk it through the food processor, and you've got like 4 days worth of salad.
Oh, nice. That is nice.
That's good too. Cabbage and
Yeah.
salad is really good.
Yeah, that's what we do typically.
So you guys, I don't know if you can tell by listening to Renee speak, but she is not from America. Okay. She is from our neighbor to the north, Canada.
I'm glad I know
I
somebody
am.
in Canada so you can rescue me when it all goes down here.
You are welcome.
Now, we are obviously not going to get political on Spiced Chaos, but my husband has actually looked into Canadian citizenship. Like he has like seriously looked into it.
Really?
So yeah, he really has. Like within the past couple years, he's been looking into like, what if we need to go up there and live?
Well, and it doesn't necessarily need to be political. Like, you may need to go to Canada because you want to go on an extended vacation. You never know.
Well, yeah,
Sort
I
of
mean, that's true
extended
too. I'm not
vacation.
saying, I'm not saying that it's all political, but also since I have become a member of the planner community, I have made more friends in Canada than I ever thought that I would have. So I have places that I could go now. Like there's people that I like. Renee, I can just
You
invite
have
myself.
asylum.
Yeah, like Renee, just let me come hang out with you. Like, you're just like right above me.
I am.
So, yeah.
I am. And you know what? We mapped it the other day.
We did. Yes. Yeah. Tell us. Why don't you tell the listeners about our geography lesson?
So we were trying to get it better.
Too.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how much of a lesson it is. It was more of a, I don't even know what to call it. But we decided we wanted to see. Well, we were kind of teaching each other a little bit about our own countries. So Leanne pulled up a map of Canada, or a map of Ontario, I guess more specifically. And she's like, okay, I see this city here and I see this city there. I'm like, okay, can you zoom in? Can you see that other little dot right there? And then she's like, no, that doesn't work on this map. Let me get a different map. So she goes and finds a different map and finally found my city where I live. Yeah, so she now knows where I live. Dot for dot.
Yes, and she explained everything about like which part of Ontario is French and how to properly say Toronto.
Oh, let's hear it. How do you properly say Toronto?
Exactly how you just said it.
Yeah, we said it right. Sweet. I mean, I used to say Toronto.
Oh, don't enunciate the T. I hear you.
Right. No. Anyone who says Toronto, Renee told me that they can tell that you're not from around there.
Yeah, you're like, can you go back down? Go back south.
Yeah. Right away, we're like, you're not from here.
Yes. And they live like right above our Great Lakes.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
But I guess they're not our Great Lakes. I guess
No,
they're
there are too.
Yeah, they're yours. I mean, doesn't
the
Minnesota have some Great
well,
Lakes?
or is
Maybe?
it
No?
I don't know.
Michigan? Is it
Michigan.
Michigan?
Oh, geez. Clearly, I don't teach
Yes.
geography.
I think it's Michigan. Because isn't there a Lake Michigan?
Yeah.
I would have to look at a map.
I know,
And
right?
Hang on while I
and
Google that.
and crickets. We get nothing.
Crickets. Yeah.
And this looks really
Um,
good for your teacher renewal right now.
oh my gosh, I know. Please, no one send this podcast to the people that are supposed to let me have my teaching license. But I do not teach geography, and
This is true.
I did have a very good friend for a while at my school who taught AP Human Geography, which is
Yeah.
not it's not quite the same as just regular geography.
Mm-hmm.
But I used to kind of make fun of him, like, well, he teaches maps.
Mm-hmm.
Like that he just teaches maps, AP maps. But there's something it's like as I get older and like don't mind learning anymore, like now that I'm older, I kind of am interested in maps and I would like to know where things are. So when I was on the phone with you, Renee, I was like, I really do want to know, all about Canada and, all the different provinces and territories. And because I was talking to Caitlin, we were podcasting and she was telling me that she was in Vancouver and I thought that she was in Canada.
Oh, I laughed so hard when I listened to that part because my first thought, of course, went right to Vancouver, British Columbia. Just
Thank you.
Okay, I need to be more specific. I get it.
right. But then my second thought was like, okay, hold on a second. There's no way. First of all, she said that she went to a different state.
Yeah.
So I was like,
So
okay, there's no way she came up here. But I didn't know that there was a Vancouver, Washington. So I learned something too.
I'm like, that girl got out her passport for planner supplies. I know she did.
I mean,
She
I wouldn't
did.
put it past me. Like,
I wouldn't
And I mean,
either.
you guys talk about your dry Joanne down there and whatnot, but I'm telling you, our Michael's up here isn't that much better half the time. So do not cross
Oh.
borders just for happy planner stuff.
Yeah, I did have a second where I was like, now why would Caitlin go to Canada for Happy Planner stuff? Because from what I've heard, Canada is not exactly hopping with Happy Planner.
right.
Negative.
Yeah.
But you are doing better than the UK. Oh, those poor girls in the UK.
Oh,
I
yes.
always hear them. And they're like, I want my Happy Planner stuff. But there's no distributors. It's so sad.
I know. I feel so
There's
sorry
one.
for them.
Yeah.
Oh, there's
there's one.
two.
One or two. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. I
Yeah.
think they're new this year, though.
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
Renee, besides Canada, why don't you tell us every single thing about you right now?
Oh my. Do you have a week?
We do. We've got plenty of time.
Okay, well, like you said, when we were talking about kind of our native languages, I do speak fluent English and French.
Nice.
Now, I use the word fluent loosely. I have been French my entire life. However, I can speak English far, far better than I can speak French, just due to personal preference, I suppose. But I can speak both. I can actually also speak a little bit of Spanish.
Ooh, that's cool.
Yeah, I double majored in English and Spanish in university, so I'll throw that out into conversation every now and then just to kind of fluff things a bit, but it's the truth.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. I'm currently an insurance broker, so I work in insurance. Definitely not something that you say to yourself, I'm going to grow up and be an insurance broker, but I fell into the position and it's been great. I've been doing that for 2.5 years. I am married to a wonderful man and I have 2 awesome stepkids. Joelle is 15 and Melanie just turned 12.
Oh, their names are so cute in French.
Yeah. We can't call them like Joel and Melanie. It doesn't work.
No, it's way prettier in French.
Yeah.
It really is.
Well, I mean, my full name is French. Like to pronounce my whole name. My whole family is like that, even though you can say my name in English as well.
So say it for us in French.
René Baudet.
Ooh, that is pretty.
Very exotic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then in English, it's just René Barrett.
I know that's how I pronounce it in my Northern
In your head,
Oregon
yeah.
slang. I'm like, Renee Barrett.
Yeah, that's in my in my southern twang. I say Renee Barrett.
Barrett. You know what? Most people do. It's way more common than I think people would think. They just default to Barrett all the time.
But it's barrette.
It's
It's
Barrett.
Barrett
Yeah,
like
like
hair.
hair.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah,
Like a hair barrette.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's not. Well, thank you for telling us that because I've been saying it wrong for
In my head, yes.
ever since I've known you. I've been thinking it incorrectly.
Right.
You're forgiven. That's quite all right.
But as our listeners get to know us better on the show, they will find that almost everything that I say is wrong and incorrect, and and
Same.
I'm usually pretty much misguided. So
No,
Hashtag teacher.
I don't believe that. Yeah, exactly. I was almost a teacher, so you almost had another episode with 3 teachers.
well, I can promise you that we're not fact checking anything. We're
No.
not doing any research. We're not looking up anything. We're just talking. And
That's right.
oh, if we're ever incorrect, then just feel free to just send us a DM and tell us that we're wrong.
Yeah. Say your grammar sucks. No. God, if I ever got that DM, I'd be devastated if I ever got that DM.
I think I would kind of appreciate it because that means that I've really let myself go.
True. I don't
You
disagree.
know,
I think I would appreciate it too. It would still hurt though a little bit.
Yeah, most of the time, if my grammar is
Pride-wise.
incorrect, my grammar is incorrect if I've done it on purpose.
Right.
Mhm.
But then I'm an
Same.
English teacher, so I know I do know some grammar.
I do know some English. Well, and I mean,
I know a little bit.
I've been writing my whole life too. So since I was about 12.
Yeah, what do
And
you write? What do you write?
oh, well, that's a hard question to answer. Um, Currently, I am writing a book it's based on the life of a friend of mine. I won't go into great detail just for, maybe privacy reasons at this moment.
Mm-hmm.
So it's based on her life. She went through quite a lot, and it's very different from anything that I've ever dabbled in, just because it is kind of true story. There's a lot of sadness in it, whereas typically I would kind of go towards something that was just, I don't know, very easygoing, bubbly, happy. So like chick lit is
Yeah.
is more what I would go towards, because that's what I grew up reading. I've only recently kind of transitioned into reading like the James Pattersons and that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of hope that my writing style does evolve into that as well once I'm kind of done with this project.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I've wanted to do my whole life. And then when I finally realized that I could kind of reach for that dream in another fashion other than just writing books. So for example, blogging or doing anything online, then I started to get really excited about it, because I knew that it didn't just encompass one, not that, books isn't a huge market, but there's just more options out there, which is exciting.
So do you have a blog?
No.
Oh, you don't. So
No.
when you write, you're just working on your book.
I am, yeah, right now.
Okay, that's awesome, because
Yeah.
I have attempted to write books and I have attempted to start blogs, and I've done all of those things and never like fully followed through. So how many, like, do you write every day? Do you have a goal or a page goal, or like a certain amount of time that you mean to write every day?
Yes and no. I've actually been working on this project for 3.5 years, which is a lot longer than what I had originally wanted to. So there's actually another planner friend of mine that is my co-host for another kind of segment that I'm doing on Instagram. Her name is Sarah, and her handle is Plan Positives, and she as well is a writer. So she and I challenge each other to write at least half an hour a day.
Mm-hmm.
To reach our goals. Now, having said that, I did have to kind of put that a little bit by the wayside, because I took on a project, a personal project, hand lettering place cards for my friend's wedding.
Ooh,
So
that sounds like fun.
that took up a lot of my time, and the wedding is this weekend, so, and I'm not done.
Well, Renee, your hand lettering is beautiful.
Yeah, it
Well,
really
thank
is.
you.
It's stunning.
Yeah. I mean, it really, like, I did not even realize that we were doing the same hand lettering challenge until just the other day. Um, yeah, because I was, when we decided that you were going to be one of our co-hosts, I started to obsessively stalk your Instagram. and and I'm sure that Caitlin probably did too. I mean, I had seen your posts,
Oh, I've been
it's not,
obsessively stalking her Instagram for months.
but I mean,
Like,
it's not like I hadn't seen your posts before. It's just that I had not like intentionally said I'm going to study everything that Renee does.
yeah.
So when I started to look at your Instagram and see that you were posting I was looking at your hand lettering challenge that I think we're both doing Mermaids Logics.
Yes.
Yes. So
Yes, Ashley from Mermaid Project.
yes, I'm doing that one. And I was like, oh my gosh, Renee has got it going on when it comes to hand lettering. I could not believe, not that, I didn't think that there was any reason for you to be good at that. I was just like, oh my gosh, like this looks great. And I,
Oh, thank you.
I had a minute where I was like, well, now I'm not really a fan of her. And
Hashtag jealous.
I am no Heather
hashtag
Kell.
hater.
Hashtag babes support babes.
I know. And then I was like, you know what? Good for her. So then
Yeah.
I actually like screenshotted your, how some of us will take I'm trying to figure out how to explain this.
Yeah.
When they put out back up. When they put out I'm glad I have a podcast because I'm good at talking. So when they put out the list for the month of the words that you're going to do every day, you took the list and then wrote it onto the monthly.
Yes.
But you wrote it like really pretty onto the monthly.
Yes.
So,
the monthly,
yes. So I screenshotted where you had lettered it onto the monthly and then kind of tried to mimic it in my monthly.
Oh.
Yeah. I didn't do a very good
that.
job. Yeah, I'm not
still
going to
want
show
see
it.
it.
I'm not. No, maybe when I get a little bit better at it, but yeah, it's not great, but I'm practicing. Let's just put it like that. Like I'm practicing and I'm improving, but has Ashley put out the one for October yet? Because I've checked every day for like a week and then I forgot to check,
she has.
Okay, so I'll get on that tonight.
Yeah, I can send it to you too if you want, but yeah, she definitely has.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Yeah. So Renee, what's your planner setup looking like right now? Do you have
Yes.
Ooh, yes.
Yes.
I want to know. I want to know everybody's planner setup.
That's what we want to know about, like more than anything else. Not that we don't want to know more about you. Like first, before you wait. How old are you, Renee?
35. Just turned 35.
Okay.
Oh, that's the youngest.
Okay. Shut up, Caitlin. Caitlin is just a little baby.
I am. I'm just a little fetus over here.
She's a little baby, Caitlin. So you're like right in between Caitlin and myself.
Yes.
Which is right where you want to be.
Right, but Renee and I are still both mid-30s, Caitlin.
Oh,
yes.
I'm still early 30s. I mean, I'm barely 30. I could be still 20, basically.
Oh, okay. Well, I act 20.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm officially like there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I'm officially literally in my mid-30s.
Yeah, when you're 35, there's like really no denying it. Like you can't say early 30s anymore. It's ugh.
Nope.
But what did Heather say when we were talking to her? She said a lot of people don't live to be late 30s and mid 30s. So we just need to be thankful for every single day. And and it's funny that she said that because now that she said that, I'm just like, yeah, like I'm 37 and I'm going to own it because who cares? Like it's just so yeah, I don't know if it's like impolite for us to ask you how old you are. I mean, like I've never thought to ask you that before, but now that we want for you to tell us everything about you.
No, that doesn't bother me whatsoever.
Okay, well, but more importantly than how old you are, what is your planner lineup looking like right now? That's what we really want to know.
That's the important stuff.
Yeah.
It's okay. I have to say, I'm very happy for both of you listening to you guys talk about your planner piece.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
Yeah.
this elusive, it's a unicorn, right?
Yeah.
And for both of you to have found your unicorn is very nice.
Yes.
It makes me happy. I have yet to find my unicorn.
Oh.
Well, I'm halfway there. I'm halfway there, I think. So I think my planner looks a lot like yours, Leanne.
Mine, yes.
Yes, because okay, so right now I'm using the cover from a Happy Notes from the July release. So it's the one from like the Live Creatively. So it's got creativity is inventing, experimenting, growing, taking risks, breaking rules, making mistakes, and having fun with like the different colored paint swatches. Do you guys have the Live
Mm-hmm.
Creatively book, the sticker book?
Oh yeah, I know that one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Mm-hmm.
the exact sticker for that planner cover is in that book. So we can
Okay.
find it later.
Okay. I think I know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I literally bought the Happy Notes just for this cover because it's gorgeous and I love it. Okay, so then after that, I have one of those little, just like you, Leanne, I have one of those little insert sheets where you can put the pictures in.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the one that I have first is the one that has like the 2x2 cutouts. So it's got like 3 across, 4 down, and it's got little 2x2
Yeah, the little
squares.
squares.
Yeah.
So
So I
cute.
have to change it. I have to put my fall pictures in there. But I
Do
do
you
like doing
ever
that.
watch the inspirational videos like Plans by Rochelle and some of the other girls will do videos on YouTube about like printing out the pictures from Pinterest and stuff and making those, or do
Yeah,
you just I love to watch those
yeah.
videos. Oh my
That's where I
gosh.
got that's where I got the idea. And I think it
Yeah.
was planned by Rochelle.
Yes, I love her so much.
So do
Yeah, she
I.
is
Yeah.
super talented.
She is
No.
so like planner goals to me. I wish that I could just switch to horizontal and really mean it because she does such a great job.
Yeah.
Right.
She's been doing the
Mhm.
Bujo thing for a while now and like I just watched one of her videos this morning actually, her most recent one and I keep thinking like put out more videos.
I
Where have
know.
you
I think she
gone?
works a lot though, is what I've heard.
Yeah.
Yeah, she does. You know, she's a
Yeah.
librarian, which is so
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
fun.
You
Yeah.
know? Yeah. Hey, we should have her on the show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Rochelle, if you're listening, DM us.
Yeah. And listeners, weigh in. Do you want us to talk to Rochelle?
Yes.
Yes. Let's talk to her. She's cool. Not that Renee's not awesome too.
We've
Like
already moved on to the next person.
we're like, okay,
Hello.
bye Renee. We're gonna
Bye.
All right, thanks Renee. Next.
Okay, peace.
Okay, so that's page 1 of your planner. And you know,
Yes.
oh my God, you guys do want to know something? When she started telling us, like, okay, she started with the cover and then she moved on to page 1, I got so excited.
Did you?
Yes, like I love to listen to what's in people's planners. So
I know.
please continue. Oh my goodness.
Okay. Next, I have my fall bucket list, which
Mm.
is two-sided.
Mhm.
So then we jump into my catch-all. So right now, my catch-all is okay, I can't remember what it was called, but it came out in July. It's an 18-month. It's the seasonal vertical. So it's got a blue
Seasonal
cover with,
vertical.
yeah, and it looks like colored confetti on the
Happy
cover.
year. Happy year.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. That is a
I
good
Yeah,
love that planner so much.
I know.
Oh my
I,
God.
I know. See, Caitlin got me all into the seasonal stuff.
one. Oh, I am
Hmm.
obsessed with seasonal. Everything
That
Yes.
seasonal.
planner is so freaking cute. Just get
Mm-hmm.
out.
Mm-hmm.
So cute.
So I've got September and October of that going. Yeah, that's my first section. So just my catch-all with that happy year planner. Then what do I have after that? I've got notes and notes and notes. Then I have my social media section. So that one I use the Choose Joy monthly. So that's the one that looks like the first Be Happy box is what I keep hearing.
Yes, I love that. I have that planner too. Hmm.
Yeah. So what I like about that one, and again, like I don't have the YouTube channel, and I just, I kind of just do the basic kind of weekly hashtags, and I'll do a challenge here and there on Instagram. So I'm not as heavy into the social media as some people are. So I do just have the one kind of channel or whatever you want to call it. But I have every day I just write down what I want to be posting, and I'll check it off to say that I did post it, or if I need to take a picture, edit the picture. And I do have the social media pages as well.
Do you use the social media pages, or do you find them helpful?
I do. Yes and no.
Okay.
So here's where I'm trying to find a little bit of planner pieces with this section, most of all, because I do I have a way to go back and forth between the monthly and the social media pages, and they do work in conjunction with each other.
You and I have been talking in DMs about, that you have pages, monthly layout pages that you have, and you're the only other person that I've ever spoken to that actually owns a monthly layout planner. So
yeah, and I actually bought the Stargazer in mini for next year.
Yeah, see, and and I bought the Stargazer in mini too. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the mini size. I don't know what. It was just so cute. I had to have it.
Well, that one, like, I have not had planner piece with my mini in any way, shape, or form.
Me neither.
Yeah, I quit using a mini altogether.
Yeah, and like Caitlin, I remember you and I talking a while back. I don't even know what release it was, but we were talking about the Squad Girls, the line vertical.
Yeah, and I tried that. Just didn't work.
Me too. And I ran out and I bought one at Michael's, and then you laughed at me. And
I just loved it that we like enable each other.
But yeah, like I don't like the lined vertical at all. So I've got a couple of different layouts for the mini, and I don't know, it does not click, it does not jive. So then when I don't know what prompted it, if it was listening to you, Leanne, talk about, your planner piece with the monthly, something clicked in my head, and I thought, you know what? All I need in my purse for on the go is just something to write easy lists. That's it.
And it might work great for you for like mini planner piece.
Exactly.
You know what I have found that I need in my purse as a mini planner is just a notebook.
Yeah,
right?
Totally.
Yeah.
And here's what I've been doing is I have my mini is in my purse, and I do have 3 months in the very, very center of my chunky mini of dashboard layout, so that if I need to write something on a date, I can. But then I have tons of different kinds of mini sized, like, filler paper.
Yeah.
Yes. So if I need to pull that out, I pull them out and just put them in my classic.
Yeah, those are great to use in a classic too.
And that's what I do. And I have mini half sheets. And like, so today I pulled out from the new Glam Girl line, the social, the social pages.
Yes, those
that
are so cute.
Yeah, they're so cute. And they're hourly. They have like an hourly on there. They've got like an AM and a PM.
And I know how you love hourly.
I love it. I love it so much. So I wrote a bunch of stuff on the back, and then I did like a little hourly schedule for myself because today was kind of busy. And then I just kind of popped it in with my to-do list that I have in my monthly section. And this is how I found peace, is just
love that.
Whenever I need to pull a sheet out of my mini, I just grab my mini out of my purse, pull a sheet, and put it in and write on it and just stick it in there. And then today, I was actually going through my planner, and yesterday I did the same thing. I wrote down some stuff on like a mini half sheet and a mini filler paper, and I finished both of those lists. So I just pulled them out and threw them away.
Okay.
Like, yeah, there was no need to keep them in there because they were done. Like, everything on those lists were completely done. Oh, no, it says Caitlin Joseph left. Add people, Caitlin Joseph, add.
Okay, I'm back.
Oh, I see your face.
I can see.
Oh, no, she's gone
now. You can hear me. Oh, my God, I'm so freaking sorry. Oh, my gosh. That was such a fail. I'm sorry. You guys are all planner piece, and I'm all like, bye.
You were like, we are tired of listening to you talk.
All right, so you ladies are over here talking about your monthly planners. I jumped out of my mini because really I am a homebody, literally like the planner says. I don't go anywhere, but I think I want to try one of those wrong skinny planners for my purse.
Yes.
I think that's where I'm going next.
I don't have those.
Yeah, I don't know where I'm ever going to find one.
Yeah, I think you can get them on the Mambi website right now. That's the only place. And then I think they're supposed to come to Joann's.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't do
Great.
either.
Yeah,
I
I really
cannot
want to
order.
try one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would
Ordering
like to try.
Mambi is a no.
Yeah, how much is shipping to you there from Mandy?
27 Canadian.
Oh, no.
So you're
Oh.
looking at, yeah, so you're looking at, oh, I mean, again, I don't know the exact, actually, I can Google it, but 27 Canadian is probably roughly, I don't know, 15
Who
or
is
so.
shipping them? Because I have shipped you something, or I recently shipped you something, and it was not $27 or around there. It was not that
Oh,
much.
oh, okay. I do want to go back to that after about you shipping me something.
Okay.
So the thing with that is that Happy Planner does say, like, sorry, I'm Googling at the same time. I cannot multitask. It's
Hashtag,
$20.
yeah.
Yeah, hashtag cannot multitask. So $27 is $20 US. Um, and I know that they say, we have to charge that much for shipping internationally. Just from a business perspective, I I can get it, but at the same time, part of me feels like, do you know how much money people spend?
Right. Oh my gosh, right. There
So
should be like a free shipping, like over 100 or over whatever, like all the time, I feel like.
that's exactly what I was just about to say.
Oh,
Because
sorry.
if they
Cut you
were,
off.
no, 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 you totally read my mind. Because at the very least, I think Canadians can swallow the $27 shipping if it's under, let's say, 100. But if at least if we had over 100 and free shipping, I think people would be more apt to buy from the site.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
That's
totally
absolutely. I
agree.
totally
Yeah.
agree.
And I had a really hard time with this last release with the way that they did the coupon and then the way that they did shipping because you had to spend $100 to get the coupon
right.
and then you had to spend $100 after the coupon to get free shipping. Do you remember
Oh,
this, Caitlin?
Yes, this recent release.
Yes. Oh my
And then the coupon
gosh.
code wasn't working for like 3 hours.
I know. It
yeah.
was just such a mess.
Is it like the new, I don't know what they're calling it. Is it the new partner that they're using that's like testing all these new things, or because I feel like a lot of things were really different about this release.
Yeah, I don't know because I felt like that too because the last time that they did a big release, they were very forthcoming with the 20% off coupon code.
Mhm.
And if you spent $75, you got free
Mhm.
shipping. It's never been $100. It's always been
Like,
75.
yeah.
But, here we are complaining about this when Renee doesn't even like she can't even order
I
from the
know.
I know she like can't even order from the Mambi website at all. So, I mean, you could, but I mean, I
Could.
cannot imagine spending $27. I mean, I feel like that what we need to do, Caitlin, is like get together and shop for Renee so that we can send her
Oh,
stuff.
smart.
Oh,
Yeah, we should do
you
that.
know what,
Yeah, and
guys?
we've got to watch out for our
Yeah, for our
international planner
international
girls.
friends.
We
Yeah.
really do.
And you know what, guys? I totally just realized that I'm sure my fellow Canadian planner babes are screaming at their whatever devices they're listening to this on right now because it's not 27 Canadian, it's 27 US. So it's 35 Canadian for us.
Oh,
Mhm.
that's terrible. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Oh, I'm
So we
so
don't get free
sorry.
shipping. Yeah, no free shipping.
Ugh,
We have
man.
we
No.
have to do the currency conversion for all of the product and then for ship. Yeah, it's astronomical.
Yeah. Oh my
Ugh,
gosh.
that's
So
wild.
what have you found from this new release? Have you picked up anything? Do you have your eye on any of the new like 2020 planners or have you found
I
anything?
do. To answer your question, Leanne, I I don't need a 2020 planner. So in my planner lineup, I also so from social media, I also have wellness. So
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I have the 18-month wellness planner that came out in July. So everything I have carries me through to December 2020 because I picked up all of my planners in from the July release. So that set me up
Nice.
there. And they all came to Canada, so that was perfect. So as far as now, granted, the stickers did not. The planners did, the stickers did not. So I only just got my hands on like happy quotes, happy year. What else did I buy? and the ones that you guys have had since March, Happy Illustrations, Sassy
Oh,
Plans, all of those.
Happy
Yeah, we
Illustrations is
just
so
got
pretty.
them. So, but from this recent release, I did pick up a handful. So I got layered boxes. I got
Oh, fun.
yeah, watercolor goals, fall, spring, and winter because Renee no me gusta summer.
Yeah, I
So
am there
I
with
don't.
you, girl.
Oh,
And I'm like,
no.
part of me, like my OCD side was like, oh my God, you're gonna buy three of them and you're gonna leave one there. Are you nuts? But then my logical side said, like I'm not gonna spend the money and I know I won't use it because I have summer in like a ton of other sticker books, right? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
left that there. I got Christmas, the Christmas
Ooh.
joy, and the
Yay!
yeah, I know we didn't get the Christmas one last year, so I'm excited.
I skipped it
Yay.
And Dream
last year.
Seeker.
Yeah, and hardly anyone got it. You had to be like on,
Oh,
I heard Hello Happy talking about it, and you guys were like saying that you had to be on a lottery basically to get that one.
yeah.
Yeah, I
I
think
know.
4
Like,
people got that sticker book.
Right?
They made
Exactly.
5 copies of it, and Stephanie Fleming has one, and then the
and
other
Heather
4.
Kell has other four.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Heather's just one, I think. But yeah, and I got Dream Seeker, which is like, you guys,
Yeah.
did you look at Dream Seeker?
Is it
Yes,
pretty?
it's so
Oh my
pretty.
God, it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
All of the purple. Oh,
Oh,
obsessed.
yeah,
Okay, so
girls and feathers. Oh my God, I can't.
what about the like the Happy Planner girl stuff? Did you find any of that stuff? The like the
Yeah,
Stargazer and that kind of stuff? Were you able to get that?
yeah. So we in my Michaels we got Stargazer, Homebody, and Glam Girl.
Oh,
Did
good.
not,
That's so good.
yeah, did not get Encourager, which I
Oh,
was literally like looking through everything. I'm like, where is Encourager? Because I knew we weren't going to get Happy Hostess, right? Just because
Right.
it's like Hobby Lobby, I think.
Joanne.
Encourager is just
Mhm.
Hobby Lobby and
Oh,
Joanne.
okay.
Yeah.
And then
That's
Encourager
why.
will not be at Michael's.
and
Okay,
Happy Hostess is just Joanne.
Yes.
just
Mhm.
Joanne. Okay.
Mhm.
Um, so, but then I got the Stargazer Mini, but I did not get a planner. And you know what? When they released then like the girls, I was like, ooh, Homebody. I am so Homebody. I don't like it.
Hmm.
Oh, that's Caitlin's jam.
It is so my
Oh,
jam. Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed with it right
You
now.
better
I
be
Obsessed.
love
careful
the
what you say
passport.
about Homebody in front of
Yeah,
Caitlin.
you better get off my
Hey,
whole body. I'll handle
hey,
your
I
lightweight.
yeah, I love the dashboard. I love how they fixed that. You know, they made
Hmm.
the left page different. I love that.
That's the only
Um,
way that it works for me because that Supermom dashboard, that was a no-go.
yeah, and I have Supermom. I got that was my first planner that I bought in
Hmm.
January when I
Really?
got it in December.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's fun.
That was your first
yeah,
planner? Oh my
it was.
God.
Yeah, Supermom. So my first step into the Happy Planner world was like deluxe metal discs.
And you didn't know that you
Yes.
were actually joining a cult. You're like,
No,
I
I
just want a
did.
planner.
I really didn't. I still don't even know how I found the community on Instagram. I just fell right into it.
Yep.
But yeah, so no, I didn't pick up any planners other than the Stargazer Mini because I don't need any.
Hmm.
And yeah, I got the Pastels Mega Pack as well, Mega Value Pack. And other than that, that's it.
Nice. Well,
Hmm.
you did good. I
Yeah.
I
think
did.
you definitely, you did pretty well for yourself because
I
there's
did.
there's a lot of people that haven't. I mean, now people are, starting to find a lot of things, but it's taken some time for
Mhm.
people for this stuff to trickle into stores. So Canada did
True.
good. I mean,
Yeah,
considering
And you
I'm
shopped
um
smart. You
happy.
didn't just go over like me to Michael's and get sucked into the new product and just black out and stuff ended up in your cart.
Yeah. And
Yeah, we
I
don't know what happened to
blackout.
Caitlin.
I have no
Caitlin went
idea.
to, but see, Caitlin went all the way to Canada to shop. I mean, she went to Vancouver
And then I blacked out.
and then she
Yeah.
blacked out. She's
And I'm
like
like, what?
flashing her passport all over the place, to go buy her planner stuff.
Yeah.
I did use my coupons though. I used all my coupons.
Oh, I use your coupons. Yeah, but no, I'm really
Oh my
happy. I'm
gosh.
happy with what I got. And I promised my husband that I would try and just maybe stick to what I have for a long time.
My husband tried to say that to me too, and I went like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, right, buddy.
Well,
Good
Wow.
try.
It's so interesting to me that your husband's talked to you about this kind of stuff because my husband has no idea what my planner life looks like.
Oh, So my husband's problem is with the space that it takes out. He's like, your planner stuff is everywhere, so I'm just gonna need you to get this under control.
If
Well,
you
I
could
have
get
a
that under control,
room.
that'd be great.
Yeah,
Exactly. It's
I have a
exactly what he
room,
said.
like a happy planner room.
Same.
Yeah, and I call it, when people ask me, I call it a craft room.
Same.
But let's be honest, it's just a planner room. I mean, the only thing that I ever do creatively in there is make planner stuff. And I have a Cricut, um, the vinyl cutter, you know what I'm talking about, a Cricut?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I have one too, but it's old. It doesn't do
Well,
anything.
mine, I got mine for Christmas this year, or no, I think my husband, he got it for me for our anniversary or something. It was around Christmas time when it was on sale at Black Friday or whatever. Um,
Oh.
and but you know what I use it for? I use it to make vinyl decals for my planner.
Hmm.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I will use it to cut out my name to stick in my planner. I mean, like, seriously, even my machine that is in there that I could use to craft all kinds of things. I could make cards, I could make signs for the kids' rooms. I mean, I could do all kinds of stuff with that machine.
Totally.
I only use it to do stuff for my planner. So that room is specifically for planner stuff only. So everybody in my house knows that when I'm in my craft room, quote unquote, that I'm just messing
Mhm.
around with my stickers and my planners. So
You should open an Etsy shop.
no, I don't have that kind of time.
Oh, I would love to do that.
Yeah.
But then yet I still want to order vinyl decals from Heather and all those people. Like, I could make my own, but I just, for some reason still really want to order them from other
Oh, I
people. So
totally get it because it's like having a piece of them in your planner.
yeah, I know. I would love to have my name written by Heather Kell in my planner.
Oh, wouldn't
Like,
that be
I would,
sweet?
yeah, I would really love that. So I want to talk for just a few minutes before we get to tales from teaching. Let's talk about tales from being an insurance broker.
Oh my goodness. Uh,
I watched a movie about insurance brokers not too long ago. I can't remember what it was called, but it was really good.
There's a
really?
movie about insurance brokers?
Yeah, and it has a whole bunch of like really good comedians in it. I should have gotten the title before I said that out loud on a podcast, but I'll link it somewhere.
Yeah,
Mm,
I want to know what that
yeah.
is.
Yeah,
I don't know that I believe you, but okay.
I swear, and it's really good. We watched it a couple times.
So wait, you're not talking about that one about the housing market, are you?
No, it literally is about these insurance brokers that go to this convention and like all the stuff that goes down.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, we'll have to look into that.
Yeah.
So, Renee,
Hmm.
let's talk about something that's actually true. Um, so,
Stop it. I'm gonna
so,
Google it right now.
so, yeah, what's it like being an insurance broker? What do you do all day long? What does that even entail? I don't even know what that is.
So, well, you know how you drive your car?
Yeah.
You need insurance to drive your car. No, just bugging you.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. So, okay. So the company that I work for it's a small company, and when my boss started it, he wanted to focus on kind of the high risk side of auto insurance. So high risk being people that have lots of tickets and accidents and don't pay their bills.
Oh,
Hmm.
dang.
Yeah,
Yikes.
yeah. So when I got hired, I was not licensed to be a broker. So my primary role was strictly dealing with like administrative and billing stuff. So I'm now licensed. I've been licensed for about a year and 2 years, almost 2 years.
Congratulations.
Thank
Yeah.
you. And I still deal on a regular basis with people who don't pay their bills.
Oh,
Yeah. So my team, we're the ones who, like, if someone has an existing auto policy, they'll call in to make a change. Like, I want to change my car, whatever. But I'm the one that gets the whole, I bounced my payment. What do I do? And then they get
Mm,
mad at me because they bounced their payment.
okay.
mm.
Fun.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's my
Yeah.
day.
Oh,
Pleasant.
that's rough. Oh, I found the title.
Oh.
Sorry. It's called Cedar Rapids. Check it out.
Oh.
It's
Cedar
really
Rapids.
Cedar Rapids. Check it out.
Cedar
It's real.
Rapids.
I told you it's real.
Okay. Okay, so we know what Caitlin's watching this month.
I've already
Yeah.
watched it like 3 times. It is really
Yeah.
good, I promise.
Okay, Cedar Rapids, the movie about insurance brokers. Renee, you definitely need to watch that one because it's
I
about your
will.
life.
I will. I'm gonna watch that this weekend. But yeah, so I mean that's kind of my day to day. But having said that, so because we're an online brokerage, right? That's where he promotes everything. But we've been so busy that we haven't really been keeping up with any kind of marketing or promoting online. So the founder, and then my direct manager, they both know that I'm a writer and whatnot. So they are going to look into having me move into blogging for the
Ooh.
company. Yeah,
Oh.
and Facebook stuff because we do have a Facebook account. So I'm kind of slowly going to be transitioning into kind of a half broker, half I guess social media online producer of
Nice.
sorts.
Nice.
Yeah, and that's and so that's kind of what I was talking about earlier about how I never would have thought that I could end up in a position working for an insurance company but still doing what I wanted to do my whole life. So I'm
Y-
praying that that happens because I would be very happy.
Well, I hope
Yeah.
that you get to do that. I really do.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's
I'll let you know.
awesome. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's super cool. I mean, like, who doesn't want to read an insurance company's blog? I mean, like, that's like totally
Well, yeah.
just messing with you.
So, I know, but it's like more for just informative pieces, right? If someone's like, "Oh, do I need winter tires for this?" And I know it sounds kind of boring, but then
No,
they could go
that's
to the
that's
site and blog.
true. That is
hmm
true. There are people that Google that stuff all the time.
Yep, all the
Somebody's got
time.
to write those articles. It might as well be you.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Oh
I
my
can't wait to read them.
God.
I'm going to read
That
them just cuz.
that is
Okay,
so cool.
I'll send you guys the link.
Yes.
Then we'll
Listen,
get more clicks and then we'll promote it. We'll be like, you need insurance in Canada? Here's your gal.
I'm sorry. I
That's
will
right.
read anything that you write. I
Yes.
promise you.
Okay.
Yes.
Keep supporting babes.
Yay.
Hashtag babe supporting babes. No, I'm serious. I make jokes, but I'm for real. Like when you get to do something that you really, really want to do like that and it's like unexpected, like
Mm-hmm.
that's the best. Like I'm always so kind of envious of Caitlin that she gets to teach, but she gets to teach from home. So the
Oh
other
Oh,
yeah.
day, yeah, like the other day, actually it was yesterday. I was sitting in carpool and I was way early because I was planning to pick the kids up early yesterday for like a special mommy time.
oh.
And I didn't get there early enough because there's like a cutoff. Like if you
Mhm.
get there too late, then you can't do early dismissal. So
Oh.
yeah, I know. So I sat there in carpool and I think I was in carpool for like 45 minutes.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I know. So I started looking into online teaching
Ooh.
in North Carolina, and there's just no positions available right now.
Right. Right now is not a
Now,
good time.
yeah, it's possible that in, July or June that there might be some openings.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna keep looking, and I did find some different like kind of charter programs and stuff like that that are not just the North Carolina Virtual Public School.
That's exciting.
So yeah, I mean, if it's something that I want, then I need to pursue it. So
Totally.
if you, and just like you, Renee, like if that's something that you want, you need to let the people that you work with know that
Exactly.
they need this and they need a social media presence
hmm
and you are knowledgeable about all the social media things and you need to let them know that you want it. I mean, they say dress for the job that you want. Well, I mean,
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
speak up. I
Yes,
mean,
Yep.
exactly.
it's just I really feel like advocating for yourself is super important. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
you know
I agree.
but
And I have. It's just really I'm kind of in a waiting game right now. But
yeah.
I actually messaged my manager today and I said, I'd really like to have another one-on-one with you. And in that conversation, I'm just going to reiterate, you know, this is what we've talked about. This is what I want. And can you give me some kind of timeline as to when this is going to happen?
Yes.
Okay,
Get
well
it.
get in there. Yeah, I would say definitely get in there. So, Caitlin, do you have a Tales from Teaching this week, or have you just had like a mellow since the last time we talked?
Bello is not happening this week. I
No,
went
oh
from, oh
no.
my gosh, I'm so excited, to right now, I literally could fall asleep talking to you. And
Oh, that
I don't know,
sucks.
I don't think it's a bad thing. Like, I think that, so our school is going to be kind of going through a transition next year, and it's a little bit on the DL, so I can't give you too many details, but we are going through this big transition. So we're kind of working from like two platforms right now. And so it's kind of well, not kind of, it's pretty confusing for the kids and the families, and it is a lot of extra planning and prep on like the teacher end. And so it's just been kind of a lot this week. And I've gotten a lot of new families too who've been enrolling, which is great. We love new families. I'm really excited that they're at our school and we're going to have them. But it is one of my jobs is to reach out to every new family that enters my advisory group. So there's just been a lot of things happening. I don't have anything specific, but it's real busy. It's real busy at my school right now.
Yeah. Well, I'm kind of where you are in that I just feel like, listeners, we're not trying to be like way low energy because we're super excited that we have
Yeah.
Renee, and we're trying to bring you this Renee show. Um, but it's like by the time we all finish our day and get here to record, our families are coming in the room. We
Yeah.
are,
It's been a hot mess. You
it's
guys should hear what Leanne is editing out.
Yes, this episode today has been the most spirited, I think, that we've experienced so far.
I'd like to call
So
it a trash fire.
it's been it's been the trash fire of podcasts today. Um, so tomorrow, you guys, I'm being observed.
Oh,
Oh,
dang.
that's
I have
happening
an observation on
tomorrow.
Monday. I have a formal on Monday.
Yes, mine is tomorrow.
Oh
And yours is
gosh.
Monday. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's coming. Now I am ready. Like I mean, I feel like I'm ready.
Yeah.
You
So
are.
he's coming to my creative writing class, and we are starting a unit on children's book writing.
Nice.
And I can't remember if it was you, Caitlin, that gave me the idea to do children's books, or if it was someone else,
I
or
don't think that was me. I'm not going to
okay,
claim that. That was not
okay.
me.
Well, at this point, it's like I've talked to so many people, and it's just I can't remember where it all has
Yeah.
come from.
Plus,
Um,
it is stressful to like prep for a formal observation.
It is, and I don't like it when they're announced. I'll be honest, because for the
Yeah.
past 5 years, my observations have been unannounced, and I've been very like chill about it. It's just been very much, I'm going to plan my lessons for my students in the way that I think that they should be planned. And if
Hmm.
someone comes in my room to observe me, then they come in.
Yeah.
So, having to actually plan for someone to be in the room, it feels fake to me
Yeah.
almost. It
Mm.
almost feels like they're not going to be seeing the real me. They're going to be seeing this like planned version of myself. I don't know. I just don't, it
Yeah.
just feels odd. So, but anyway, I want to do this children's book writing unit. So I'm going to bring a whole bunch of my own children's books, and I'm going to break them up into groups, and I'm going to have each group look at a book and like pick out the characteristics that they find in the books, that repetition and things like that they see in a children's book. And I've got this presentation planned, like how to write a children's book. I don't know, like it's
I
just,
love that. I think that sounds
yeah,
great.
I have it planned, and it's been very tiring. I really would just rather not know when they're coming at all.
Hmm.
And when I talked to him last week in the meeting, and I think that the meeting happened like in between the last time we had a podcast and now,
Hmm.
um, I was like, just come whenever. That's what I told him, and he said, no, I actually have to do an announced observation on you. Like it's part of it's part of the rules.
Yeah.
So there's nothing that I can do about it. Like it has to be announced, and the next two that he'll do, or that they'll do over the rest of the course of the school year will be unannounced, and I'll feel better. So
Yeah.
once this is
Oh.
done and I can kind of breathe out. So, when you guys are sending your DMs after this episode, just, check up on me, because I feel like I'm kind of losing my mind a little bit.
Aww.
And my grandmother just died a couple weeks ago, and I mean, you guys, I've gotten the sweetest DMs about that, and I just wanted to take this minute to just say thank you to everyone who has reached out and said, hey, I lost a grandparent, I relate to you. If I have not been able to respond to every single DM, it's certainly not because your sympathies were not appreciated. But, we are going to be in the process soon of, cleaning out her house and figuring out what to do with her stuff. And, I've been trying to be there for my mom, and we've been trying to send thank you notes and thank you gifts and all this kind of stuff for people who were there for us while she was in the hospital. And, there's just a lot going on right now. It just feels like we always talk about like, well, we'll do this when things slow down, but things are not slowing down. And then picture day is coming up this week, and I'm ready. The kids have clothes. I think I mentioned in one of our other podcasts that I'm always the mom that never knows when it's picture day, and this year I'm on top of it.
Yes, get it.
Yes, the kids have clothes. I know when it's picture day. So anyway, Renee, you have stepchildren.
Yeah.
Bonus children.
Yay.
And when we talked the other night, you just talked about, how much you love them. And I just, I don't have any idea what that would be like. Like how different that would be. I mean, I know that there are times when Caitlin and I just want to put our heads through a wall.
Oh my God. Like right now.
Yeah. I mean, like tonight has been a great example of like when our kids are like definitely wearing us out.
I know. But, like, is it a full moon right now or something? Like, jeez.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But I can't imagine not having given birth to them. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't know, like, how do you, when they are trying you,
which happens all the time.
Yes. So I know that you obviously love your husband. So does the love that you have for your husband kind of talk to us a little bit?
Yeah. And I'd like to know a little bit about like, what is your role as a step parent? Like, do you find yourself as this like maternal mom figure, or are you like, is it more like an aunt or friend relationship? Like, what does that look like for you guys?
It's so I'm going to quote unquote real mom is in the picture.
Yeah.
So she of course still has her role. However, my role is still very much mom number two. It's not friend, it's not, aunt, it's mom. When I came into the kids' lives, Melanie had just turned 4 and Joelle was just shy of 8. So they were at a young enough age where my presence could be kind of well amalgamated into the family as that person. So even myself, like I grew up with step parents my whole life, and it was never, it was when I was older. So I was kind of like, you're not my real parent. And I'm lucky to not have that type of relationship with my kids. So, I discipline, they listen to me. It's really just like any other family dynamic in my house. They don't call me mom though, which is totally fine. My nickname is actually Nay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
So I got that from my brother because he couldn't say Renee when he was a kid.
Oh, that's
so
cute.
Yeah, so they call me Nay. It's not, and even if they were to, like, my daughter will call me mom every now and then, and you know what? I don't need that.
Yeah.
To be their mom. It's not it doesn't feel, I don't know, it just doesn't feel as natural as it does when they just call me by my name. So it's really just like any other family, with the exception that my daughter is not here full time. She does still go back and forth between this house and her mom's, whereas Joelle lives with us full time.
And you have a good relationship with him, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I do. And I laugh because he and I could literally be blood related. We are that similar.
Oh,
We
that's
have,
awesome.
Yeah, that's
and
great.
people look at pictures of us and they would not even, they couldn't tell that I'm not his birth mother. Like, we look alike, we act alike, we like the same things. We both are generally walking around with our phones in our hands. And we butt heads because we are so much alike.
Okay.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
So it's really not that much different. I think it doesn't really sound like it's that much different than what Caitlin and I have going on.
Yeah. It's interesting to me, though, that you have one of them full time and the other one goes back and forth. I haven't heard of that setup before.
Yeah, and that was his decision. Last November, he doesn't have the greatest of relationships with his mom, just due to her personality. They clash. So it got to a point, unfortunately, where something happened in the house here and he broke down and just started bawling.
Oh,
And yeah, and just told us that he had been thinking about it for several months and that he wanted to stay with us. So
that's awesome.
yeah, and it was like, it was kind of, it was a moment that my husband and I had both been waiting for a long time. And so now we're kind of waiting for the other shoe to not drop, but to be picked up and have
Yeah.
your daughter hopefully follow suit. So we'll see.
Gotcha.
hmm
That's hard. That sounds like a lot of hard stuff going on.
It is, but it's manageable.
Mm-hmm.
There are worse situations out there. There are step monsters and and I don't know, just some people who don't get along with their kids, their stepkids, stepkids who hate their step parents,
Mm-hmm.
in-laws and whatnot that don't get along, and just, I don't know, like Mike's ex and myself, we don't get along, but we are
Mm.
always civil.
Yeah, for the
Always,
kids.
always, always.
That's good.
So yeah, whenever we're in any kind of public environment, it's not an issue.
Mm-hmm.
Even when she's in the house, like, it's never an issue. It's
Mm-hmm.
just she has her feelings, I have mine,
Mm-hmm.
and that's it. Yeah. So it's not perfect, but I think it's a lot better than it can be.
Absolutely. And it sounds like you guys are really working hard to make it work for the kids, even if there's
Mhm.
some personal stuff going on.
Yep. Yeah. The
And
kids know that they come first for sure.
so you guys have so you have two bonus children, and are you and your husband gonna make your own children?
No, no, we're
No.
not. Nope.
Okay. And so he feels that he is done.
hmm
Okay. All right.
And
Well, that's,
that's,
yeah,
yeah,
go.
that's
Sorry.
totally fine. It's totally fine. It's mostly my decision, actually.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Um,
Yeah.
That was going to be my question. Like, so
yeah.
he has these two bio kids. Like, I know for me, my biggest thing was that I wanted somebody that looked like my husband and me. Like, that was my biggest reason for wanting to have biological kids. And I just wondered if that was something for you on your end as well. Like, or if it was a compromise that you were making.
No, so I always grew up knowing that I would be a mom, but I never thought about how. It was
Mm-hmm.
never something that,
Yeah.
because when you grow up, and even like I said before, I've been around step parents my whole life,
Mm-hmm.
but I never grew up thinking to myself, like, am I going to be a bio mom, or am I going to be a stepmom, or am I going to be an adoptive mom? It never crossed my mind. But once our family really came into its dynamic, there was no question for me that I was home
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't need anything more.
Oh my God, that's so great.
That's so wonderful. I love that.
Yeah, I love it
Yeah,
too.
like, I have my kids. That's
Yeah.
it.
No,
That's all I
Oh,
you're
need.
that's
gonna make me
awesome.
cry. I can't cry on the
Oh,
podcast.
don't
Yes,
cry
you
on the
can.
podcast.
You can cry
And
on
I
the
mean,
podcast. No,
I
I think
had one
that's I
person,
think that's awesome.
yeah, I had one person ask me once if I would regret it. So say if Mike and I ever were to split, and then I'd go from having, a full family to having no one.
Hmm.
Would how would that affect me? And I did kind of mull that over for a little bit, but in the end I just decided, I'm not going to have a baby for that reason.
Yeah,
That's
there has
not
to be
the
a different
right
reason.
reason. Yeah,
That's not the right reason.
Yeah.
You're
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Plus, I don't
And
know if my anxiety can deal with a screaming baby. Like, let's be real.
It's hard.
oh
It
my God,
definitely
it
takes
is
people.
it
can't
is
even
very
imagine.
hard.
But they
Yeah.
can't talk back when they're an infant. That's a bonus.
Yeah, but you know what? People don't think past that infant stage. You know what I
No.
mean? It's like when you're planning to have a baby,
You don't
I
think
did
about a
not.
toddler punching you in the face.
No, and I didn't think
Mm,
about an 8-year-old. I didn't think
Yeah.
about when I was planning to have a baby. I didn't think about Daniel being 8 years old. You
Hmm.
know, I
yep.
didn't think about, when their test scores come back from school and stuff like that. I mean, like all of this stuff
Yeah.
that's happening now
Yeah.
is totally not the kind of stuff that you think about when when you're planning to have kids. I mean, honestly, the stuff that you are living right now with your bonus children is, I mean, this is the nitty gritty. You know
Yeah,
what I
it's the
mean?
mud stuff. You're in the trenches.
Yes,
Yeah.
you are definitely in the trenches. I mean, you are a parent just as much as someone who gave birth to a child, because the
100%.
little tiny baby stuff, the toddler stuff, the little toddler punch you in the face stuff,
Oh no.
that stuff is so short-lived.
Yeah, it is.
Right.
And then you have all of these years where it is just, the minutia of taking them to school, picking them up from
Yeah.
school, taking them to baseball, picking
Yep,
them up from
exactly.
baseball, going to their sporting events,
Yep.
I mean, like all of this stuff. And, all I can say about people who are step parents, bonus parents, whatever you want to call it, is that children need as many people in their lives to love them as possible.
Right.
Exactly. It takes a village. Like
Exactly.
even
It
as
really
a single mom,
does.
I'm like, can you please help? Can you please like mentor my child in a way that I can't? Like
Yeah.
we don't have a step parent, but sometimes I need other women in my life to be like, can you
Mhm.
please talk to my 12-year-old? Like I'm
Mm.
literally gonna choke her. Like I need someone
Yes,
else to take.
yes. I don't have any brothers or sisters. I'm an only child.
Oh, cool.
And well, it's my husband is an only child too. So we have kind of chosen our family, like our kids, the aunts and uncles that our kids have are friends that are close to us that
Right.
we have chosen for them.
Hmm.
And the people that are helping us raise our children, are our closest friends. I have sisters that I have chosen as my sisters. And,
Mm.
we have made it very clear in our relationships, you are to discipline my children as if they are your own.
Exactly.
Yes. And,
That's
there
awesome.
are times when, my bestie Tara, when she yells at our children, they listen to her more than they listen to me because she's not their
Exactly.
mom.
Right.
You know
Yep.
what I mean? Like they're more shocked to hear her than they are me because they hear me all the time.
Yep.
Yep.
And the same, it goes the same like with her children. And my friend Allison, it's the same way. Like she's like, why is it that my kids listen to you but they won't listen to me? I'm like, because they're used to you but they're not
Yep.
used to me.
Right. And they're
But we've
afraid of
given,
you.
yes, they're afraid of me but they're not afraid of you. But we've given each other, like carte blanche to just go
Mhm.
ahead and
Yeah.
parent these children. We are all parenting them together because
Hmm.
children need as many stable and, well, as close to stable.
Yeah.
I call myself stable, as close to stable adults in their lives that love them as possible. And
Mm.
I just think that I just think that it's beautiful that you guys can put together a blended family and make it work. And for your
Yeah.
stepson to say, I want to live with you guys, and that you have created a safe space for him to be able to say that is awesome.
Hmm.
And
Yeah, and what
what
you
better
said.
compliment?
Oh, go
Yeah.
ahead.
Just what better compliment could that be from a child who was used to going back and forth between the two homes? Like that was like, I don't know. I can't even describe what it meant to me and my husband in that
Yeah.
moment. Mm.
Hmm.
And you said something about, if you and your husband split and then you would go from having a full family to no family. I don't think that would be the case, especially with the ages that your kids are at, because
Exactly.
now they get to choose like who they have a relationship with, and you are clearly showing them that you are a safe person and that you love and care for them. And so I think that no matter what, you're going to have kids. Like you're with them
Yeah.
for life. You're trapped now. Good job,
Yeah.
Renee.
Hmm.
You're locked
And
in.
we've talked about that actually because Mike knows about that particular question that was posed to me, and we said the same thing. Like even though they're 15 and 12, well, okay, I mean, we're not going to get divorced, but we're certainly not getting divorced anytime soon, you know? So if that were ever to happen, they're going to be grown adults.
Right.
So yeah, I'm not worried.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you'll still be a huge part of their life.
Mm-hmm.
Not that would happen, but you know, just
right.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's been divorced once. I mean, you guys, I'm sure you guys live with the reality that it's a possibility for some families.
I'm a total realist when it comes to that, and I agree. Of course, it's nowhere near on my list of things I want to do.
Yeah.
But I know that it's always a possibility.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course it is.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like that you have a fantastic situation though, like that you're like happy and that you are happy in your job and you're happy in your marriage and you know, like it's just now if we can just find you planner piece, like then you'll just have like
you get to live in Canada, like come on, you're living the dream.
Oh,
you get
I
to
love
live in
my country.
Canada.
Yeah, I love my country. Oh yeah. Oh my God, I'm so thankful to be Canadian.
Okay, before we wrap this up, can you give us a couple of Canadian slang words with a lovely Canadian accent? That was just off the top of my head. She didn't know this was coming, so.
A? What are you talking about? A?
Oh yeah,
A. It's like your equivalent to I think.
Yeah.
A?
Yeah. And it's funny because when Caitlin and I first started speaking, like DMing months and months ago, I would, because that's how I talk, right? So like I'll DM, and I DM like a question mark, and she's like, okay, are you for real? Like, is that a thing? And I'm like, what do you mean?
How do you
like,
spell
this
that?
is the thing. EH.
Wait, that's eh?
Yeah, I could hear it though. I could hear it because I've watched my fair share of Canadian movies.
Oh, so my other friend that's Canadian, she's saying A?
Yes.
Because when we text, she says EH to me all the time, and I always just thought it was eh.
No.
I'm getting such an education.
You are. This is great. Yeah. So
hashtag lifelong learner.
I'm basically Canadian now. I mean,
you are.
Yeah, I bought some fully dressed potato chips the other day, and
what is that?
Basically like all the flavors. I can't even remember what. Okay, you've got all the flavors.
Was the bag labeled fully dressed?
Yeah, that's what it said. It had like a maple leaf on it. Like it said it was like a product of Canada. It's from Whole Foods.
What is this?
Because they're called all dressed.
The ketchup is a base, right?
Well,
and then
ketchup chips are Canadian, yeah.
There's some like cheesy flavored, and then there was a bunch of other flavors, but it said it was like a thing from Canada. So I felt proud when I bought it.
And they're delicious.
Yes, they are. Oh my gosh, they're so good. I cannot buy them again. I cannot keep them in my house.
Yeah.
Wait, I still don't have any idea what either of you are talking about.
Okay, chips? So it's basically like a potato chip, right? With lots of different flavors that you might not think would go well together. So for example, like a ketchup flavor, cheese. I feel like there was like ranch or sour cream and onion also in there. Some kind of flavor like that. I would have to look at the bag. A barbecue. Yeah. Okay. So basically like all the flavors mixed together, and it's like a wonderful concoction. It's like if you ever went to 7-Eleven when you were a kid and you got the Slurpee and you did all together.
All the flavors.
It's like a grape of potato chips.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And you could buy that in a bag?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's where I found it.
Our bags, like they're labeled all dressed.
Yeah. Oh, all dressed, not fully dressed.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, all dressed.
We're at 5:00 in the evening, so my memory is flipping.
Wow.
Yes, and
okay.
Ketchup chips are Canadian, which I don't know. I know you guys. I don't think you guys have that there. And like even you, Leanne, you sounded a bit surprised when you heard ketchup.
Nope,
okay, so there was one time that we had okay, so I have had ketchup chips one time, and it was like a special that they had at the grocery store, and it was like in this like middle of the aisle kind of like, look what we have. And I don't remember the brand. I really don't. Hers
sounds good.
HERRS, hers. Is that a brand of chips?
Not here.
Okay, well, anyway, I think that's what it was. Hers, yeah, but it was, and I did buy them because I was like, oh, this is interesting because sometimes I like to dip my just plain potato chips in ketchup. I mean,
Yeah.
that's not that odd.
Yeah, why
But
wouldn't you?
speaking of ketchup and chips and food,
Canada.
well, this has nothing to do with Canada, but
Oh,
listen to
okay.
what I heard of the other day. So the other day I was like thumbing through my Instacart and I saw mayo ketchup, and it was
Yep.
mayo and ketchup together in the
Yeah.
same bottle.
Yeah, it's
And
fry sauce.
I was like, oh my
Yep.
gosh.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Now, yes, I could not believe that they're selling it like together. Like that's because I mix them together all the time.
Me too. We call it fry sauce. That's what we call
Yeah,
it
Oh
now.
my
that's
God, we don't do that.
oh my gosh. I love to dip my French fries in a little bit of mayonnaise and a little bit of ketchup.
I like to do the same, but I also like to add a few drops of like sriracha in there, because I like
Oh,
spicy. I like
well,
all the spicy all the time.
well, that is definitely kind of that's a little extra, but
It is extra.
yeah, that's kind of extra. But no, I what I like to do in my little cup is I put like a little bit of mayonnaise on one side and a little bit of ketchup on the other, and then I can like have like the little middle section where they're kind of mixed and married together. You know what I mean? And then like I
Yes,
have like if I want my
absolutely.
ketchup on so like but now if I can just have like the whole bottle of like that's just my mind was totally blown.
Yeah.
Like
That's
I know that
fantastic.
this is why I will never be able to be a thin person
Me either.
I hear that.
'Cause I like
because
too many potato chips.
yes, because things like this exist because we have all dressed potato chips, which I'm going to have to go to
Yes.
Whole Foods and find.
Yeah,
And
you can actually put on your 24-hour Amazon Prime.
oh, see, now I'm not even going to have to
Or
leave the house.
2 hour. 2 hour
I'm
Amazon.
going to end up
Oh,
like those people on that show that are just in their bed all the time.
What's Eating Gilbert Grape? Have you ever seen that?
Yes, yes. And I'm just going to wear a tarp and I'm just going to stay in bed and people are just going to bring me burgers.
It
Like
sounds like
that's.
a fantastic idea.
And then once I get my job teaching from home, I'm just never going to have to go anywhere and
I
I'll
never
just
shower.
podcast right here from the bed and people
Welcome
can
to
just
Caitlin's existence.
and people can just sponge me down. That's going to be all. It's just going to be it.
I mean,
So,
that sounds like a lot of great ideas. Like, I'd like
so
to implement those now.
we have got to quickly, guys, because it is
Yes,
getting really late.
it's super
We've got
late.
to quickly go over Renee's currently
Okay.
page.
Okay.
Because I am dying to hear, since Renee is a writer, I want to hear some of these things that she's like reading and dreaming and all that kind of stuff. So we will start with, and this is your October because this is the beginning of the month. Have you filled out a currently page or are you going to be flying by the seat of your pants?
I have written it down on a list that is not on an actual currently page.
Okay, I
So a
think
little
that's
bit of both.
okay. So I think that some of our planners are starting to kind of move away from
Yeah,
that
are they
currently
phasing it
list.
out? I
I
haven't seen
don't
it in very many.
I don't know because none of my dashboards and any of my planners that I'm using in this planner piece setup that I
Right?
have this in it. So
Right.
yeah, I had
Mine
to make
does.
mine in a list too. So
Yeah.
okay,
No, mine
what are you
does.
reading? What are you reading right now, Renee? Are you reading anything interesting?
I'm reading Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go. And
Tell us
ladies,
about this. Tell us about
why
Harry
am I
Potter.
reading? So, our friend Lila, or better known as LB Novelties,
Hmm.
and my friend Sarah that I had mentioned earlier, Plan Positives. So they had started it last month in August. In August, um, a little project. So basically, they just got a bunch of people together to read Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, and do little creative projects and post them on Instagram and whatnot. And then she reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to co-host the following month with Sarah so that she could step back. She's still part of the group and participates, but it's really just Sarah and I that kind of lead it now. So it's a group that we discuss the book. We're all reading it at our own pace, talk about favorite scenes, and about once a week we post half sheets. Our little project involves half sheets, so we kind of just lay out our favorite scenes, our favorite characters, favorite quotes, anything that really stood out to us in that particular chapter or whatever we read throughout the week. Like, you can kind of make it your own. So it's just a fun way to get planners together that all like the same genre, and we all read Harry Potter. And you guys are both Harry Potter fans also.
Yep, I am in that group, except I'm a big fat fail because I never have time to read very many
That's
things.
totally fine. Yeah, so yeah, I'm reading that right now, and I have it downloaded to Audible so that I can kind of cruise through that a little bit faster, and then I'll pick up my book too, and I'll kind of look for my quotes and stuff. It depends on what I'm doing, but that is my current reading situation.
Okay, good. Well, I was in that group and I'm removed myself just because not because no, that sounded horrible. No, I removed myself because I just couldn't. I was like, yeah, put me in. I can read Harry Potter #4 again. I love that book, and I do. And I do love that book. It's probably one of my favorites from the series. But I was just like, the thought of even having to go into like the book closet and try to find it after I once everyone got started, I was like, I'm too behind. I don't even know where my copy of the book is.
That's where I feel like right now too.
And everybody was making all these like cute things and like putting quotes and like drawing things and drawing dragons, and I was just like, okay, I'm out. Like, and I probably should have stayed so that I could watch, but I'm not friends, but I follow so many people that are in that group that I'm seeing the posts anyway. So I know that, and what is it called? It's like Harry Potter and the Magical Reading, or what? Tell me what it's called.
So the kind of the title of the group is We're the Harry Potter and the Seekers of Magical Reading.
Yes, that's right.
Right. That's right. But then our hashtag is simply just like hashtag HP Magical Reading.
Yes. So everybody that wants to, listeners, if you want to, are you guys going to do #5 the same way?
We are. We have extended book #4 over 2 months though, because it is significantly larger than 1, 2, 3.
It is much longer.
Yeah. So yeah, we're doing #4 over September, October, and then we're going to either discuss possibly taking a break for the holidays, and then jumping back in January for 5, and then going forward.
All right. Well, let me reassess my life in January.
Right.
Sure.
Exactly. Same.
Yeah. And see what's going on.
And that's kind of the great thing, because when Lila started it, she herself had been rereading the series, and she happened to be on book #3. And when she approached Sarah about it, like, that's Sarah's favorite book, and it's my favorite book. So we didn't even start at book #1 anyway. So it doesn't really matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter where you come in.
No. And I just want for our listeners to know that it's fun. It really is. I didn't leave because I didn't like it. I left because I just couldn't participate. But I just had too much other stuff going on. And I mean, for once in my life, I am actually reading. My goal in September was to read 2 books, and I actually did it.
Yay! Awesome.
I know. I can't believe it. And I read them with my eyeballs.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
That's like a challenge in itself.
What did I call them? Hashtag faceballs. Like, I read them. I read them with my eyes. Like, I read the books with my eyes. And normally I'm listening to books because I love to listen to books. But I did manage to get in 2 in September, and I found a new favorite author that I'm so excited about.
Ooh, tell me.
Yes. So, and I don't know if it's my turn, but I'm taking over. So I am currently reading a book called The Girls in the Garden.
Ooh, what's it about?
Okay, so I don't really know yet. That's the crazy thing, is that I don't really know yet.
Sounds familiar.
I'm not that deep into it. Okay, so it's written by an author named Lisa Jewell.
Love her.
Yes, and in September I read Then She Was Gone. Does that sound familiar?
That's also Lisa Jewell?
Yes.
I don't think I have that one. I do have a couple of hers though. So I read
Okay.
the Girls in the Garden.
Okay. So I have this app, hashtag not sponsored.
Right.
Hashtag promo code Spice Chaos.
Yeah. Hashtag please sponsor us.
Yeah.
So I have
Yes.
this app called Scribed, and it's amazing, and it's like Netflix for books, and it has audiobooks, it's got like EPUBs, it's got everything. It's got documents, magazines, sheet music. It's
Oh my
crazy,
God.
like the
That's
the
really
amount of
cool.
things. I know, and it's like $9 a month or something. Um,
Okay.
yeah, so we pay $9 a month, and my husband and I just share it. So, I mean, he saves things, I save things. I can see what he's reading, he can see what I'm reading. It's no big deal. But so I was just kind of thumbing through. It was giving me, recommendations because I just wanted to read something else. I finished that one that I was reading earlier when I was talking about I think the Baker's Secret or something, and that book was fine.
Nice.
Yeah, and then I came across Then She Was Gone. And I
Ooh.
know that you're not supposed to judge books by their cover. I know this.
Oh,
But
I
we
do
all
all the
do.
time.
We all do.
But for whatever reason, it just looked intriguing. And I had never heard of Lisa Jewell, but I was like, okay, so I'm going to try this. So, and it's British, and I really like British authors.
Mm-hmm.
So I read it, and I read it in like 2 days. Like I started it and I read it for like a full like 6 hours, and then I read it, then I finished
Nice.
it. I made myself put it down and go to sleep, and then I got up the next morning and finished it. And that, Caitlin, may be why I didn't talk too much over the weekend, because I was reading for a lot of the weekend. I knew that I needed
Oh
to get a
yeah,
second.
that's true.
Yeah, I knew that I needed to get a second book in for September, so I picked this up, and it gripped me like immediately. So that's called Then She Was Gone. So I liked the author, so I started The Girls in the Garden.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know exactly yet really what it's about. I'm listening to it instead of reading it with my eyes. But I have it as like an EPUB where I can read it, and I have it as an audiobook, because that's what's so beautiful about Scribed, is that it's got the audiobook and the EPUB. So when I am in the car, I can listen to it, and then when I have time to read, I can just like pick up the book where I left off from the audio and just read it.
Yeah, that's kind of
Yeah.
what I was doing with Harry Potter.
Yes, and I love doing that because I really do want to read it, with my face. Um,
Me too. Yeah.
so, but when I'm in the car, I want to listen to it. So I'm doing a little bit of both. And like I said, the author is Lisa Jewell, and she's got tons of
Mm-hmm.
books. So
I'll
I'm
DM you
planning.
guys my list of books that I have of hers
Yeah, well,
after.
I'm
Yeah,
planning to just
absolutely.
like pummel through like her entire like library. Like I'm gonna just listen to slash read everything that she's got on the app, because it's right up my alley, because I
Yeah.
mean it's not, what did you call it, chick lit.
No,
But
more suspense.
it's suspense, but it's women. I
Yeah.
don't know, it's something about, so yeah, but I'm hooked. Caitlin, are you reading anything?
Yeah, we actually, well, okay, so kind of. We read with our daughter out loud because I think big kids need to hear books out loud too. And we actually
Oh,
just
yeah.
started A Child Called It, if you've ever heard of that one.
Mm,
Yeah,
Heck,
it's super, super intense.
yes. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and if you haven't heard of it, it's basically about a boy who is the author actually, who
Mm-hmm.
suffers some like really horrific abuse, but figures out like how to kind of survive in that situation. So,
mhm.
oh, it's really intense.
Oh
But
my
There's a sequel, eh?
gosh.
yeah, I think his name is Dave Pulitzer. What did you say? Pulitzer? Yeah, but he's really good.
Okay. And Caitlin and I did not tell you guys last month what we were listening to.
Yeah.
So we're going to get that in real quick. Caitlin, what were you listening to in September?
I was actually jamming out to the new Taylor Swift album.
Shut up. That
Yeah.
is what I was listening to. That and Lizzo.
Should
I was listening to that and
See, I
Lizzo.
still have not listened to Lizzo. I know Heather told me to when we were
Yeah,
talking to
no,
her, but I have
not
not
a
done it.
fan.
Oh,
No,
you're
No,
not a fan.
you're not a fan
no,
of
not
Lizzo?
really. Not
No.
really. No.
So what are you listening to, Renee?
Right now,
Yeah,
or
what are
you
you listening to?
know what? It all meshes together. So I'm all about the podcasts
Okay, so you're
lately.
listening to podcasts?
Yeah. And the soundtrack to The Greatest Showman has been my music.
Really?
Oh, that is so
Really?
good. That soundtrack is
Yes.
Okay.
so good.
What podcasts are you listening to?
I am listening to, okay, I mean, obviously, Spice Chaos. Let's be real.
You don't
And
have
Hella
to say
Poppy.
that just because you're
I
on Spiced
do.
Chaos.
No, but I do. It's like, okay, Friday mornings and Monday mornings, it's like, okay, let's do this. I got my Spice Chaos and my Hello Happy.
Oh,
Happy
you're
And
so
bookends.
sweet.
that's true. I love you guys.
Oh.
And then other than that, I love Gold Digger with Jenna Kutcher.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yes. So she's an entrepreneur. She's also a wedding photographer, but she does a lot of like online courses for social media stuff. So her podcast is very geared towards teaching people how to attack the social media world
Hmm.
and do things. Yeah, it's
Oh.
amazing. She's so awesome. So
Okay.
I listen to that all the time as well. Um, and then lastly, there's a podcast called And That's Why We Drink.
I have
Yes.
heard of that one.
Have
Now that
you?
one I've heard of. Yes. I've
Okay.
not listened to it, but I've heard of that one. Yeah. Mm.
It's two girls, um, and one of them focuses on paranormal stories, and one of them focuses on serial killer stories.
Ooh,
Hmm.
okay.
Em and Christine. And okay, first of all, I love both paranormal stuff and I mean, the mind of a serial killer to me is one of the most fascinating things
Oh man.
to
I
think
wish I could
about.
listen to that stuff. It makes my anxiety go nuts. I
Yeah,
cannot listen to that. I really like true crime and that kind of thing, but I can't.
yeah.
It just drives me.
But
My brain spins.
it's just so funny and like they cuss and they drink and it's hilarious. It's so good.
So, do you like that show on Netflix called Mindhunter?
I don't know if I have that on my Netflix.
So you don't know if that's on your Netflix. So
No.
does Canada have different Netflix than we do?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, that's
Yeah.
oh,
cool.
that
Because
is interesting.
yeah, it actually Netflix actually has different countries just kind of across the board. So you can log into your own country for
Oh,
Netflix. Yeah,
Oh.
so we have the Canadian version, and it is just, I mean, everything looks the same. It just doesn't have all of the same stuff.
see, Caitlin, we just believe that the United States is the only place in the
I
world, don't
know.
we? Like I just,
It's like our bubble.
yeah. So, what are you planning right now? Are you planning anything fun, anything interesting, anything coming up in the future?
Well, I mean, I guess if I had to plan like an event, we'd probably start planning Halloween soon.
Ooh, yes.
Because yeah, my
Ooh.
husband's a big Halloween decorating fan.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like the Christmas, Christmas throws up in my house. And
Yes.
yeah,
You and Caitlin both.
Yes, that's how my house is too.
yeah. But we kind of go all out as much as we can for Halloween. Like last year, we had a graveyard. We had a whole
Oh,
graveyard in
that's
our
fun.
front. Yeah,
Ooh,
I love.
cute.
So yeah, we're gonna be planning that soon. That's for sure.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, and what are you watching?
Stranger Things.
Oh, I
Caitlin.
won't ruin the end for you.
Caitlin.
Okay, so here's the thing with Stranger Things. Mike and I had both seen seasons 1 and 2, started watching season 3, and then
Mm-hmm.
all of a sudden, my mother-in-law and my son were like, "Well, we want to watch too." So we had to
Mm-mm.
start over.
No, they
Oh
need to catch up
man.
on their own.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Yeah,
exactly.
we started over. So we're like 3 episodes into season 2, but it's been a really good refresher for us as well. But yeah, right now that's like, okay, do we have an hour? Can we get in an episode of Stranger Things? That's our whole life
Right.
right now. Yeah.
Oh
Okay.
man. If I had
Okay,
to have it
awesome.
every week with my mother-in-law, I don't know if I could handle that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
Mm-mm,
she
no
lives with
way.
us. My
Oh,
mother-in-law
she
lives with us.
does.
So,
Oh,
yep.
that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. So are you eating anything interesting besides dressed up chips or whatever? Like what do you
Stop it.
what are you eating?
I'm
Why
gonna
is that
say
on the
cheesecake.
currently page? Why is that on there? Like, isn't
I
that
don't
They
know.
want to
weird?
judge us. They're judging
It
us
is weird.
silently.
Yeah. So you're
It
eating
is.
cheesecake? That's what you said?
Yeah. Yeah. Because at work, we have, at the end of each month, if we have some birthdays, we'll bring in some treats. And September, we had 5 birthdays,
Whoa.
Ooh.
which is, so I mean, we know what everybody was doing at around New Year's
Yeah,
time.
Harrison's birthday is in
Oh,
September.
Yeah.
wow. Wow,
Caitlin, you're not
that's
far off. So,
Ryan's birthday is
yeah.
January 15th,
oh my
so I'm
gosh,
gonna leave that to your imagination.
that's conception math. You guys are doing like baby
Conception.
dance math
Yes.
now.
Babyception.
Yep. But it's already been done in my head. I didn't just math that right now. Like, this
Oh,
is something, yeah, I'm
It's
not
like a
that
known
good.
fact.
It is a
okay.
known.
Wait, so
So
it's a
anyway,
known fact that people who have September birthdays were conceived in New Year's?
Yeah, like a
yeah,
thing.
like, yeah, December, mid to kind of mid-December to mid-January-ish. Yeah.
Oh, look at
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
See,
depending on when you ovulate and how long your cycle is.
Exactly.
Oh, now we're gonna get very specific. Okay.
Yeah. Class
Yeah.
with Caitlin Joseph.
Family planning with Spiced Chaos.
There we go.
So what are you loving? What are you loving right now?
Well, I mean, I'm loving co-hosting Spice Chaos.
Oh, you're so cute. Oh, that's so
Hey.
sweet.
Yeah, yeah. Other than that, I mean, I guess I'm just loving, I mean, I'll say life. Life is good. Other than, your very typical everyday little bumps, but life is good otherwise.
Good. Good. Well, we want to hear that life is good, and we're loving having you on the show. This has been the most interesting recording that we've ever done.
Oh my
And
God,
I
it's
love
really
that I
like
got to be a
wild.
part of that.
Yeah, I know. It's been such a fun experience for all three of us, I think. So,
Okay.
and then what are you dreaming? Do you have any goals? Like, what are you dreaming?
Right now, because, okay, so I would love to be able to take my planner stuff and kind of make a side hustle out of it. But
Mm-hmm.
I also have to be realistic about how that fits into my life. So right now, what I am dreaming is just about moving and shifting positions at work, like what we were just talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that will at least kind of cover a little bit of that piece of me that wants to be part of social media and have that hand in it. So at least if I can't necessarily make it work in my personal life, I can make it work in my professional life.
Oh, I love that.
That's fantastic.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I love that. And I really, really am like pulling for you. Like I hope that they recognize that you know what you're doing and that, they realize that they need that social media
Mhm.
presence out there because that's what companies are that's their bread and butter right now. So
Yes, it is.
Totally.
oh, so I know how me and Caitlin are feeling right now. How are
Oh
you
my God,
feeling?
right.
How are you feeling in the month of October?
I'm feeling better or I'm feeling good, not better, but good that it is cooling down. And I love this weather that we're having.
Yeah.
So feeling, I don't know, kind of at peace with until Mother Nature drops 10 feet of snow on me, I won't be
Oh
feeling
yeah. But you're looking forward to the change in the weather though. So like cuz you already said that you no me gusta.
right.
No te gusta. No, that's not how you say it.
No me
My
gusta el invierno either.
My Spanish is really not good. So I'll try this again. You don't like the summer. So do you also not like the winter?
Correct.
Okay, so you only
Oh.
like spring and fall.
She likes the
Yeah.
perfect weather.
So
Right? Yes.
well, you're like Goldilocks. It's got to be just right for Renee.
That's
Yes.
right. Goldilocks. Hashtag Renee is Goldilocks. Let's make that
Oh,
go viral.
it's so true. Oh my God. Yeah. No.
I hate
Yeah.
to wrap the conversation up, But we've been talking for a long time, and my kids are literally going to have a meltdown.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
totally.
Okay, so I'm
Yeah,
gonna
let's.
just say we're gonna plug Renee. You
Oh, yeah.
guys can,
Plug away.
yes. We all have a ton of October goals, and we're gonna get there eventually. We'll talk about that in the next couple episodes. But welcome to October on Spice Chaos. Thank you so much, Renee, for being our guest host tonight. It's been awesome. It's been so
Yeah, thank you
interesting.
so much.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
guys, you can find Renee at Renee B Creates on Instagram, and her Instagram is banging, you guys. It's so awesome. And
Oh, seriously.
You can find Caitlin at Creating in Chaos on YouTube and Creating in Chaos Official on Instagram, and she is also amazing.
And
And
you can find Leanne. Look, I do know your name.
you
Leanne
do.
from SpicedPlans at SpicedPlans on the YouTubes, the Instagram, and she's usually hanging out over on the Spice Chaos Instagram, and she is also the co-host of the Hello Happy podcast. And if you don't follow them, you do it now because it's fracking amazing.
It
Well,
is.
I am very happy with all of my little ventures. So this has been the most interesting experience podcasting ever, and I love the two of you so much. So thank you, Renee, and you guys, we will talk to you in the next one.
Yay! Bye! Bye, friends.
Bye.
Bye.